Well, welcome everyone. Hello, Mr. Big D Donaldson. Des, how are you today, sir?
I'm outstanding, BB. Listen, man, I'm on the top shelf looking up, feeling 10 foot tall and bulletproof, and waiting for life to give me his best shot.
Ooh, you know what, man? You should have never left the music industry. You got some lyrics going on there, brother.
How you
Well,
doing?
guys, I'm F&A all day. That's our new mantra here. For those that are just now tuning in, F&A all day means fantastic and amazing all day.
All day.
All day, all day. Guys, welcome to Snack and Chat. Desmond, Donaldson, I'm Bart Bartlett. You know, we just wanted to come together on a periodic basis, maybe every week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. We don't know yet. To just have a conversation. Here's what we know about each other. We enjoy just shooting the breeze or shooting the other word you can use, because that's what we do a lot of there. Des, take it away and tell a little bit about yourself, sir.
Well, but I very rarely like to use the word retirement, but for the folks that's watching in, I'm a retired correction officer. I started in corrections in 1976, and I left the workforce in 1999. And I've been out of the workforce almost as long as I was in the workforce. You know, and man, life is beautiful. You know, I promised myself when I left the workforce that I would never ever punch the clock for anybody else ever again in life. And thank God I haven't had to. You know, I just wasn't. You know, I call it like that. I look at it like this. Once I got rid of Pharaoh, I wasn't looking to take on another Pharaoh.
I love it. That's absolutely amazing. Yes. I experienced that term that Donald Trump made famous, which is "you're fired." I was in a position and I got fired from it. And the reason I got fired from it was I was too expensive. So after that, I realized, you know what? I wasn't expensive enough. And I started doing my own thing and found some good ways to become what the world knows as a consultant, an independent, contractor, whatever you want to call it. But the downside to that was if I didn't work, I didn't get paid. And so when I got sick, I didn't get paid. And so for me, it was interesting. I was like you. I didn't want to work for someone else. I did not want to have that vulnerability. You mentioned you retired back in the 1990s. I looked at my dictionary and I can't find that word retirement. But I'm not real sure what that means because I've never taken out retirement.
Exactly.
And honestly, I don't know that I ever want to retire. I think I enjoy being part of something and being active, and that's exactly how you and I met. Is that we're part of an organization, and we're not here to sell you what we do, but we're here to invite you to come look at what we do. But we're here to say on the fact that we believe that the law of attraction, or universe, however you want to call it, bring like people together of like minds for a purpose. And that's what we have discovered. And like I said, almost every day, we shoot the breeze to shoot something else that probably I can't say on Facebook.
We don't want to get kicked off.
We won't get kicked off.
You know, like you were saying that you were too expensive. I remember back in the early, it was maybe the early 70s. I was working for a well-known company called Xerox. And I went into work one day and I was working in the mailroom. And I went in, I had keys to open up and everything. That's how much they trusted me, right? And I did my morning's work and everything. And then my supervisor came in, who was not there the day before. So when he saw me, he said, "What are you doing here?" I said, "What do you mean what I'm doing here? I'm doing my work. I'm doing my job." He said, "No one spoke to you yesterday?" I said, "No." he said, well, come into my office. And when I went into his office, he said that you know that you've seen around the company, around the floor, that all the departments have been cutting back. I said, yeah, I noticed that. He said, well, our department has just been hit too. He said, and being that you're the last hired, you're the first to go. So I said, really? I said, okay. He said, we'll give you, he said, we have no problem. You'll get your unemployment and you get any type of recommendations we can give you to help you on your way. He said, but he said, well, what you do? He said, you can stay the rest of the day and we'll pay you, or you can leave now, whatever. I said, I'll stay the rest of the day. No, and I'm already here. And he said that, he said, wow, he said, you sure taking it kind of easy, man. Like it ain't bothering you. And now you got to remember now, I was newly married, had a 1-year-old, not even a 1-year-old baby. And he said, man, he said, you taking it kind of good. He said, if it was me, I don't know what I would do. I said, let me tell you something, Ted. I said, I worked before I got here, and I'll work when I leave here. You know? And then I took my time, being that they were going to pay me, I took my time. And I got into, here in New York, they had a program called Model Cities. And what Model Cities did, they took people from the inner cities, and they taught them how to do things like sanitation, fire department, police department, and they also made us take all type of civil service tests, and that led me into corrections. You know, but once I went through that, I said I'm not going to be in a position to where someone can fire me at their whim. You know, and once I leave, no more punching the clock ever again, man. And, you know, no going to lunch. You know, when you work on a job, they tell you when to go to lunch. You don't go to lunch when you want to. How do they know you're hungry at that time?
Exactly right. Des, do you have two devices going at one time, or just your iPad?
Just my iPad.
All right. There's feedback when I talk.
Let me see. Let me turn it down, so maybe that's it.
All right. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Kay is one of our listeners, Kay Shackleton, saying that there's a feedback whenever I'm talking. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, me either. So we'll figure that as far as this thing. But we're on a new platform here, so bear with us, folks, on that one. Yeah, that's amazing, Des, and your attitude there, your mindset, when he told you that and you didn't flinch. That's something that I noticed about when I met you. You've got to.
I'm hearing feedback when you talk, also, Bart.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I don't have anything else going. Now I don't hear you at all.
Okay, yeah, I had the mic muted, and I'm not sure why it's coming back that loud. But for some reason, we got another device going somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. But anyway, that's something I really admired about you, is that your mindset was such that things that weren't within your control, you just dealt with. You weren't going to go out another direction. You weren't going to go out and fret over it. You made it work for you because that was not within your control.
Well, you know, I'm a firm believer that you do what you can do, and what you can't do, you can't do. Or if you can't control it, you just can't control it. And you know, stressing over it is not going to make it go away or just disappear.
Exactly.
You know, so I do what I can do, and you know, all I can do is all I can do, and all I can do is enough.
I love it. And you said so much. You said it's all. You know, you just do what you do, and what you do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough.
That's right.
You know, and that's one of the things I really love about this organization, this project, this group we work with is the leader of our group, our CEO. That's his philosophy. You know, you may not get the results you're wanting right now, but if you're doing the very best you can, doing everything you can, that's enough.
That's right. And you know, I had a coach one time. He said, "Listen, we compete, but we don't compare."
Mm.
You know, he said, and when you're competing and you're not quitting,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what more can people ask for you of you?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yep. You know, you exactly. And that's something too that, you know, and maybe because I'm older, I'm sure it's been a big part because I'm older. Competition, not important to me at all. In fact, it's almost a negative in my book. I don't like to compete. I like to support. I do like to you know, compete with myself to do something better. But I'm not gonna look at this person over here and say I got to do better than them,
No,
or I'm gonna win this contest. And that contest is what I'm going. It's superficial to me.
you're frozen. You froze for a minute.
No, I'm here. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm saying, but you froze for a minute.
Okay. Gotta be the weather.
Yeah. What kind of weather y'all having up there?
It's cold and rainy. I'm in St. Louis. Des is in New York. It's cold and rainy. Here it is, 4:20. Oh, by the way, I didn't realize what the day was. Not that it matters to me, but the day's 4:20. So people who celebrate 4:20, congratulations to you.
Well, with the 20 million for us, that we got paid today.
That's true. That's all right. Today is our one of our monthly residual paydays here.
That's right.
So that's right. Today's a good day.
Today's a great day.
Yeah, and that's something really cool. You talk about, you know, retirement and when you retire, you think you put all this work in, you think you're going to have it easy, but you realize you have a whole different set of challenges. And the one thing that you realize real quick is what you made the day before you retired is not what you're going to make the day after you retire.
That's right. You know, I knew when I left the job, I knew that my pension would take care of my needs, but I wasn't sure that it would take care of my wants.
Ooh, that's powerful.
Because I was having a difficult time getting my wants when I was working. You know, and part of not being able to get my wants is, you know, we went on vacation. There were times when I missed family vacations because things in correction went by seniority.
Ooh.
So when my family was going away or they were having, you know, some type of celebration, if I was scheduled at work, unless I made a mutual, I couldn't go. So I just knew, man, when it came time to go, I just knew I didn't want that hanging over my head ever again in life.
Right.
You know, and that's what made me decide that working for someone else again is not for me. You know, and then a friend of mine, one of my best friends, he moved after he left the job. He moved to Atlanta, and he called me one day. He said, "Yo," he said, "Des, man," he said, "I found it." I said, "Found what, man?" He said, "A way to make some money." I said, "Now you know I ain't looking for no job. Let's start there." And he said, "No, man." He said, "Man, it's dealing in travel. You know, we can earn income, showing other people how to travel, you know, and getting paid on our own travel." Well, I was retired. Like I said, I don't like to use the word retired, but I was retired, had a lot of time on my hands, didn't have to answer to nobody, you know, and I said, "Wow, man, show me what you got." And he showed me what he had. And it just made so much sense to me that I was going to now have a family business and we were going to be our own boss. before he finished showing me what he had. I already signed up. So when he finished, he said, "What do you think?" I said, "I'm in." He said,
Wow.
"What do you mean in?" I said, "Yeah, I'm in." He said, "Well, let me show you where to go sign up." I said, "Man, you're not listening to me." I said, "While you were talking, I was signing up. Go check your back office." He said, "Wow." He said, "You were the easiest person I had to sign up."
Yeah, that's amazing. After I lost my job and went out and did things, tried something differently. I was my own boss. I traveled up down the East Coast. I worked different venues, sold some things. I had a book I was promoting, and 2008 hit. And when 2008 hit, the whole economy fell apart. And I had already overextended myself so far that I only had one choice left, and that was to claim bankruptcy. And that's what I did. And that was a rude awakening too. And so I told myself, if I ever do anything else on my own, I'm going to make sure that there's some safeguards built in where I'm not having to put out all this money and depending on someone else to buy stuff. The supply and demand thing.
That's right.
And, just like what you were talking about there, I stumbled upon this opportunity. And what attracted me to it was the fact that what we have is truly a company that uses network marketing strictly to market. We got, because when you think about it, look what a 30 seconds on a Super Bowl commercial would cost, and how much return on your investment do you get on that? But it's like the gentleman that called you from Atlanta and said, "Hey, Des, I got something here I think you might like." That's word of mouth. That's network marketing. Immediately, it had credibility. Immediately.
Yeah, and he had credibility with me also because he was in my wedding. He's my son's godfather. We were steady partners. And but another thing I just noticed, another thing we got in common, Bart, is I filed bankruptcy back in the 80s also.
This was 2009 when I filed bankruptcy. 2009. Yep.
And I found out after I did it, man, that was a rough move there, man. I don't know if I should have did that because, man, it's some hard times ahead of you once you do that.
The hardest thing was watching them hook my car up to the tow truck and it leaving the driveway. The only wheels I had then were my 2 feet. That was it. Yep.
But those those are learning experiences, man. Life doesn't happen to you; it happens for you. So everything we went through was to bring us to where we are now.
Exactly right. Yep. And for me, that was a learning experience, and I learned from it. And one of the things that I love about what we're taught here in this environment you and I are part of is that the whole overall mantra, overall premise is to get out of debt. Teach people how to get out of debt. Don't go borrow money to get out of debt. We're going to show you how to get out of debt. And
when we came into this platform, and it was Countdown to Freedom.
Right.
That was, and when you look back on it, that was so deep. Countdown to Freedom. Because this is what our founder put this together for.
Right.
To show people how to get to freedom. Time freedom, financial freedom.
Exactly. And the other thing he makes sure of is that whatever we did, it's what's called the boomerang effect. So whatever we do, there's goodwill associated with that. And when you toss out goodwill, it comes back. And that's so true.
That's good karma, right?
Exactly. It's good karma because karma can be a bitch. This is good karma. This is good karma coming back to you. And the fact that we've been around, not even 3 years totally now?
Yeah.
and we've already provided over 10 million meals of proper nutrition to malnourished kids all over the world. Gone into villages and taught them how to garden, taught them how to be self-sufficient. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
Yeah. This is awesome. I mean, I've been in several other, companies, and by far, this is the best.
Yep. Absolutely. And I think for me, what's the best is that I've only been in one of the network marketing company, and I was in it strictly because I wanted the curriculum. I wanted that piece of curriculum I could use in my training. But even for the short time I was there was a lot of division in that group, and you only had to stay with the people you were associated with. That's not the case here.
No,
we're all one big family, one big team. Yeah,
right.
I can't wait till this time next week. My butt will be in the air coming to see you.
We can't wait for you to get here too, boy.
And that's because you and I aren't even connected at all anyway whatsoever financially with what we do. But we are connected in a bigger sphere, and that's the brothers and sisterhood we have.
Oh yeah,
that support each other.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say too. It over here. Yes, everybody wants to earn some income, but it's the relationships that we've built over here that no matter what, we're connected. We're family.
Yeah, in fact, he calls it blue. Loyalty, unity, edification. And that loyalty and unity, man, that is so apparent and so strong in everything we do. And that just leads right straight to the edification part of it.
Yes, sir. Listen, man, my flag is planted.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll never forget our leader, one of our leaders, but our direct leader, lost a family member, lost his son. And it affected every one of us. And I remember people picked up what they had and went to him to support him. And then they said, let me take this off your plate when this is what you're going through. You don't see that at JOB.
No.
You don't see it in a corporate workforce. If you do, it's very rare.
Very rare.
But even to this day, we've had other people that go through different things, whether it be health issues or family issues or financial issues. And everyone is there supporting them. If nothing else to say, give me something off your plate and let me help you.
That's right. We're gonna pick up the slack, man. We're gonna help you.
That's right.
And that's huge.
It is huge. Yeah, and you're right. I wouldn't go anywhere else. In fact, I was talking to one of our sisters last night, Andrea, up in house. Can't wait to see her next week. And we both were talking about some things, and I said, you know what? Here's the deal. No matter what happens, I'm not going anywhere else because I'd lose too much of what I have outside of just making money. And that is a bigger part of what we have. And that success, that edification, that loyalty, unity, that's going to transcend into monetary value.
Exactly. What time do you get in next week?
I get in at, let me see, I'll be in about 4 o'clock your time.
Okay.
So I should be at the hotel by the time I'm going to LGA. So by the time I get my luggage and get down to Manhattan, it'll probably be close to 5:30 or 6 on Wednesday.
Where are you staying at?
At the Hyatt close to Bryant Park. I'll be down by Bryant Park on 5th Avenue.
I got crackling when you talk this now.
Oh, I do? Okay.
We went from an echo to a crackle.
I went from an echo to a crackle? Lord have mercy. No, I'll be staying close to Bryant Park at the Hyatt.
Okay.
And so I'm down in Manhattan on purpose because I'm meeting with a lot of people I know there, a lot of people in the theater and acting community and the music community there, just to and I'll be a lot closer to their world so I can meet with them. And then, of course, we've got that big event on Saturday.
Right.
So anyone listening in the New York area, look at the screen right now. You'll see Dez's website underneath his pictures, workmyownbusiness.com. Mine is startyourlegacytoday.com. Reach out to us. Reach out to us on Facebook. We can give you info about the event we're having Saturday week, April 30th. It starts at 11 o'clock, I believe is correct, at the Hampton Inn over by LaGuardia Airport. And our leader is going to be there really talking about an entrepreneur set and how to really take the next step to create the results you want in your life.
And as our VIP guest, you get in free.
Exactly right. You get in free. And maybe a little gift or something for you too. Right. Who knows?
That's right.
But it'll be a couple of hours of your time that I will tell you, if nothing else, you owe it to yourself to take those couple of hours and at least come meet us and listen to what we have and see if this is the right fit for you. Because that's the only question you have to answer. Is this the right fit for you?
Exactly. Because it ain't for everybody.
It's not. No. But I will tell you this, the greatest payoff, the greatest benefit, the greatest deposit in my account I make every single day is the relationships I've built here.
That's right. Huge. You know, it's odd, Bob, because, you know, like when we get together, we go to an event, mm-hmm. Man, there's so many people that know me that I don't know them.
Exactly.
You know, and then that takes it to the next level.
Yep. You're treated kind of like a rock star.
You know, when they say, hey, man, you Big D. I said, yeah. I said, that's what they call me. And you are? Uh-huh. Oh, man, yeah, my name is so-and-so. And the relationship starts from there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's, you know, and not just from people in your neighborhood or here in the United States. We've got people from all over the world.
Oh, yeah.
We work with.
Yeah, we're in over 200 countries, so. Yeah.
And so it's people from all over the world that say, hey, are you Big D or are you Bart? And normally you and I are together, so it's like, you know, we got a fan club kind of going there.
Yeah. But no, Bart, but you the rock star, Bart.
You are too, Big D. You are too. I'm just out there a lot.
Everybody know. There's nobody in the country that don't know Bart.
Well, easy to find me. I'm tall, silver hair with a mullet. I mean, how many guys are like that? You know. How many guys are like that?
But yeah, I you know, I wouldn't even look at going anywhere else because I know that we have the best of the best in leadership. Mm-hmm. You know, our founders, Mr. and Mrs. Buggs, are, you know, 150% faithful, sure, know what they're doing, got a vision, you know, and nothing they do is by accident.
No, and I think what I admire the most about them is knowing where they came from to where they are today. They came from the projects outside of Tampa, Florida. Had nothing.
That's right.
But except that he had a vision, and he knew there was something out there for him, and he kept looking until it found it. She was right there by his side. They're working it together, and he may well be the next billionaire here in the United States.
That's right. And when he said he grew up in the project, man, that hit me, man, because I grew up in the projects.
Yep.
In Harlem.
Yeah. In fact, I was going to talk about that. Yeah, I know you're. And Harlem wasn't trendy like it is today when you were growing up.
No.
Harlem's trendy today.
Yeah, Harlem was. It was a rough place to grow up, mm-hmm. but it was a great place to grow up.
I remember the last time I was up there, I was at a coffee shop in Harlem, and you called me and said, and I told her I was. He said, get down to the Apollo Theater. Mary J. Blige is getting her Walk of Fame down there.
Yeah.
I headed down to the Apollo Theater. Right? Exactly. Yeah. Just missed. I saw the entourage and saw her in the distance. Just missed that. But you know, Harlem is one of those places where you go to New York, you got to go to because that's where so much took place. And I know you, Des, knew a lot of the people that made the Apollo Theater the Apollo Theater.
I was getting ready to say that. You know, growing up in Harlem, it wasn't nothing to be walking on 125th Street and see somebody like James Brown or Muhammad Ali or you name it, man. They were in Harlem.
Wow.
You know, and or you can go to a show at the Apollo. I used to go in the Apollo 12 o'clock in the afternoon and then come out to the last show in the evening. You
Wow.
know? And Harlem was a big draw. I mean, Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Jabbar, they used to come in our project and play ball and they were pro and college basketball players, and they would come in our project to play ball.
Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Sit down, talk with you, have, conversation, everything.
Wow. And for me, that's part of the realism of what we have today too, because we're surrounded by millionaires, multimillionaires, celebrities, someone who's been on Oprah several times, been with Steve Harvey several times, and they just come down and sit down in the chair next to us and talk to us.
Yeah.
Johnny will say, "Hey, Des, hey, Bart, just talk to us."
Exactly.
That's real. That's real.
You can't beat it.
No.
We have something special, and what gets me is that we have people that are in the same on the same platform with us, in the same company.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't realize what they have.
Very true. Very true.
What we have is special.
And I think for you and me, it's special because we've been down those other roads before. We see it. And we know that this doesn't come around, but maybe once in a lifetime.
Exactly. But this is it. I mean, Mr. Buck said this is going to be a $50 billion company in 5 years.
It will be.
I believe it.
I believe it too. And the fact that he is bringing things in that are outside the realm of what you would think of as a network marketing company. And we've got an education piece that totally blows my mind. And education is my background and training, and what these guys are teaching for financial literacy, how to invest like banks invest, and they give you the money to go play with to begin with.
Yeah.
That just doesn't happen. And we got something new coming down the pike soon. Who knows what that is? But I can tell you something. It's going to be unique and different because everything we have is unique and different.
Exactly. And another thing is that, like I told you, I did 23 years working in the prisons with some of the worst individuals you can think of.
Right.
And I did 23 years to get my pension. Whereas what we have here, disclaimer, if you go to work and really go to work within your business, you can retire much sooner than that. If retirement is what you want,
right,
you can retire much sooner than that. And I remember, everybody asks you what retirement is to you. Well, I remember Michael Jordan being on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and she asked him, "So what is retirement to you?" He said, like this, said, "Well, retirement is doing what I want when I want to do it, and not doing what I have to do when I don't want to do it." And I said, "That's for me."
Yeah.
When he said that, I said, "That makes so much sense." Not that you can retire and not do anything, but is that your time?
Exactly. And like one of our leaders say, the difference between a trip and a vacation is a trip has an end date. You got to come back home. A vacation, you keep staying forever. And one of the things I love about this education platform is you could be like, when I'm up in New York, here's my goal. I know it's going to cost me some money to stay at the hotel, my airfare, my food, whatever. But I'm going to make that before I ever hit New York and leave New York because of what I'm learning to do financially with some trading and be able to generate some income, maybe doing something 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, because the education. And it's not that I'm doing something and boom, it's going to happen. I know the skills to sit and watch and know when to take action. And that's the big difference right there.
You know what else with that is when you get on that plane and you get back home, you don't have to worry about those things hitting you in the back. Oh man, I got to pay for this. No,
that's right.
You know, it's already taken care of. If you want to go to work.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. If you want to go to work, and you have to find. I mean, I know, and I'll be honest. I mean, in transparent, I struggled for a long time trying to find my groove, my niche, what it was, and then it finally dawned on me, this is it, and I found it, and that's where I'm staying.
Yep. They say when a student is ready, the teacher will appear, right?
That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, Des, we've been talking for about 35 minutes here. I absolutely love it. I mean, we can talk for hours, as you guys can tell, and we just keep going. And this is all authentic and just a raw conversation here. Closing comments, closing things to our listeners out there.
Don't just dream. Don't just wish. Take action. You know, I have people saying, well, I prayed for this and I prayed for that. Now I'm waiting on God to send it to me. You got to remember that everything that you need and everything that you want is in front of you. But you got to put some work in and go get it.
Absolutely.
It's not going to just fall into your lap.
Yep. When you said that, made me think of what Dolly Parton says about the way she looks and how much money it cost her to look the way she looks, and her response is, God helps those who help themselves.
That's right. That's right.
It's up to you, you know. You've got to get out there and make it happen. It's not just going to happen. It's called playing the lottery. And how many times have you won the lottery?
There are more people that play the lottery and they're losers when they walk up to the table. When they walk up to the witch corner, they're marked as losers.
Right.
You know, the percentage is in the state's hands. But if you think about it, if you can give your boss 40 hours or more a week, why can't you give your business and yourself at least 8?
That's great. That's a great one. Yes, that's a great one right there. Exactly. You know, I dedicate 30 minutes to an hour every morning, and then maybe sometime during the day if I have it, and then at night before I go to bed, to really learning that education platform. Because if I was in school or if I was at a job trying to get a promotion, had to go out and learn a new skill, I would be doing that too.
That's right. That's right.
You've got to ask yourself, what is more important? Is it more important to make another couple of dollars an hour, or a couple $100 a week, or is it more important to learn how you can create a legacy, an income that will pass on for generations? And that's what we're talking about here.
That's right. You're so right, Mr. BB.
Yep. Well, Des, I can't wait to see you next week. Guys, we probably will not do it this time next Wednesday unless Southwest Airlines has a real strong internet service and the people around me don't mind me doing this live on the plane, which I would do it. I sure as hell would. But we will be live sometime next week in New York. By all means, we'll be live on Saturday from the event, and then we have some other special things planned. That just stay tuned to us. Go out to workmyownbusiness.com, connect with Des out there, connect with me on Start Your Legacy Today. Set up your notifications so that when we go live, you'll know where we are, because you're not going to want to miss what we have planned over the next several weeks.
Yeah, last thing, Steve Harvey said you got to jump. If you don't jump, you can't. It ain't coming to you. You got to jump. You got to jump. You got to jump and jump out. Your parachute open.
That's right.
Anything is possible. If you don't jump, it'll be the same as it was yesterday.
Absolutely. And based on my yesterday, I don't want to do that again.
All right, everybody, take care out there.
All right.
Baby, I'll be talking to you again later on today.
You got it, Des. Guys, we'll see you guys again very soon here.